All right, if you're not ready to write code and submit a PR with a bunch of code changes to some Laravel package or the Laravel framework itself, you might want to start with getting really good at contributing to open source through GitHub, specifically opening good issues. So that's what we're going to talk about right now. We're going to use Livewire. I will talk about Livewire throughout this course. It's a wonderful package and I use it all the time. And I was using it and I think I found an issue that I want to open. So I'm going to show you the issue really quickly. It's in my SaaS product. I have a SaaS that tries to connect people experiencing homelessness to housing. And that's not very important, but just work with me here. There's a part where a property manager can say, is my property handicap accessible? Yes or no. So if they choose yes, we want a description of what are your accessible features. If they choose no, we want this to disappear. But you can see the button disappeared. And that's not what I want. If I go back to yes, everything's great. If I go back to no, this is a problem. So let me show you the code. And it doesn't look like there's an issue in my code. Here's a success message that's not showing. So here is my select saying, is it accessible? If it is accessible, show the description. The button has no conditional statement. The button should always show. So you can see pretty clearly that this is not an issue in my implementation of the code. It's an issue with Livewire itself. And so I want to create a GitHub issue for this, but I'm not ready yet because there's a bunch of stuff going on in my application. I've got jQuery and a bunch of jQuery plugins and other JavaScript running. I've got Vue on the page. I have so much in this thing that I don't know for sure that this issue isn't related to something in my project. It might be related to my project versus the Livewire framework itself. So I want to make sure if I'm going to open a really good issue, then my first step is to recreate the issue in a clean instance of Laravel. Because if I can recreate it there, then I know it's a framework issue. I know I'm on the latest version of the package of Livewire. I know I can confidently open that issue and tell the world, hey, this is something, an issue with Livewire, and it may need to be fixed. So let's go ahead and do that now. I'm going to go to, whoops, that actually doesn't exist, does it? Let's go to here, code, and let's do a Laravel new clean Laravel. Oh, I've been getting that sometimes. So, okay. So I'm downloading a brand new Laravel project. It's going to have all the latest and greatest Laravel. And as soon as I'm done with this, I'm going to composer require the Livewire framework. So I don't need to, install Livewire locally or anything. All I need to do is go into clean Laravel and composer require Livewire/Livewire. All right, if this is your first time seeing Livewire, I'm going to go through it really quickly. So you may want to just kind of figure out for yourself how Livewire works. Go ahead and review their docs. They have wonderful docs. They're really incredible. That's going to be good for this video and any other videos you watch in this training set. Almost all of them will be related to Livewire. So it's a good idea to familiarize yourself with that. Now, while this is happening, I want to go to my browser, cleanlaravel.test. Let's see if we can load it. Looks like it's loading. Is Livewire. Looks like Livewire just got downloaded. And so I know what I have to do with this. Let's open a clean Laravel. And so we're going to go to that welcome view here. I know I need to add Livewire assets, and I want to get rid of all this. We're going to add a Livewire component here. So looks like a Livewire just got finished up. So PHP, let's refresh. Artisan make Livewire. We'll call this select. And there we go. We've got a component. I have already started the repo, so I'll say no there. And so now let's go back to PHP Storm. And if I go to select right here, this is where I want to recreate what I had in my other project, but strip out all the stuff that was custom to my project and just leave the Livewire stuff. So I actually have that. I'm going to copy and paste it and we'll review it together. Okay, so I'm going to paste it here, and this is a really good representation of what I had trimmed down, completely simplified to just the Livewire stuff. So on each of my divs, I had a wire ignore, and the reason I'm using that, a lot of people won't use that at all, but I'm using it because with my project, I need to ignore certain divs because it doesn't play nicely with those swapping in and out of the DOM. So I want to make sure that I'm recreating the exact same issue I had before. So I've got wire ignore on everything, 1, 2, 3 divs, and I've got a select where 1 is yes, no is probably should be 0, but I don't think it really matters because this is just checking if the value here is 1, and then this is the button that should never disappear. And I do also need to go to this and just add a public component of value, which corresponds to this and this here. So looks like we're good. Let's go to the browser, refresh the page. I don't think I added the Livewire component to the page yet. I did not. So at Livewire select. I know that's a terrible name for this component, but that's okay. All right, so I've got the value is not initialized to anything, but as soon as I start changing things, you can see, yep, I've got a big problem here. It's not working. The button's disappearing, even though it shouldn't. So this is definitely a Livewire issue. If I can reproduce it in the clean Laravel, then I'm ready to go open my issue. So in the next video, I'm going to show you how to open a really great GitHub issue.